Border over to Syria, where at least 5 people have been killed as foreign-backed militants attacked 2 security compounds in the capital. One of the attacks targeted a police station in the northern Damascus neighborhood of Rukn al-Din. Officials say a bomb went off behind a bakery near the station, leaving 3 people dead and several others injured. The casualties include both civilians and police officers. The second attack involved mortar rounds being fired at another security compound in the city's Bab Musalla district, also leaving a number of casualties. Clashes are said to be going on between government forces and insurgents close to these regions. Well, we've spoken to our correspondent in the capital, Damascus, and he shed more light on the latest situation there.
Also know that there was another attack in al-Musalla area, also 3 suicide bombers. One of them, however, was carrying an explosive belt with him. He blew himself up. However, they couldn't harm the security building over there. They were attacking. They were confronted by Syrian security personnel there. They were killed, 3 of them there in al-Musalla area, or living there close to those police departments. And of course, those explosions come as clashes continue and in various parts, of course, of Damascus and its countryside, mainly in Berzeh. Just yesterday, army operations intensified there and started in order to eliminate militants. So this is seen by locals here and by officials as a kind of response for the iron hand that is used by the army against those foreign-backed militants in various parts of Damascus and its suburbs.
Well, the Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council says the West and its allies' arms delivery to insurgents fighting the Syrian government is considered a threat to the world's security. Saeed Jalili says the Middle East countries will not allow Western states to target the region's security by means of terrorism. He made the comments in a meeting with Lebanon's Foreign Minister Adnan Mansour here in Tehran. The Lebanese minister denounced weapons supply to al-Qaeda and al-Nusra Front militants in Syria under the pretext of supporting democracy. He said security in the region will be provided only through peaceful means. Adnan Mansour has also held talks with Iran's parliament speaker, Ali Larijani. Well, another death at the hands of Saudi security forces. Morsi Ali Ibrahim al-Rabah dies of his wounds after being shot by regime forces. Security forces claim they opened fire on the man because he was fleeing to avoid being arrested. Now, it took place in the village of al-Awamiya in the eastern province. Authorities say al-Rabah was on a list of 23 Shia Muslim activists wanted in connection with the kingdom's anti-monarchy protests. An Interior Ministry spokesman has called on the remaining 10 people on the list to turn themselves in. A day earlier, security forces killed a 19-year-old boy after raiding his home in Khatif. Nearly 20 people have been killed and thousands arrested since the uprising began in 2011. Rights groups say there are some 30,000 political prisoners in Saudi Arabia, many of them being held without being charged or having a trial. Well, Human Rights Watch has slammed Saudi Arabia for sentencing a prominent human rights activist to 5 years in prison. Joe Stark, Deputy Middle East Director of Human Rights Watch, said Mikhlif al-Shamari has been sentenced based on his writings and exposure of human rights abuses. A Saudi specialized criminal court has convicted Shamari of sowing discord. He's also been barred from traveling for 10 years. Now, the New York-based rights group has added that the Saudi king needs to reform the criminal justice system to end the abuses. The 58-year-old Shamari was arrested in June 2010. He had for a long time campaigned to improve ties with the kingdom's Shia minority.